Good morning. Early again, but you know what? That's when I work the best, is early. Not so well late in the afternoon. But you know what? We all have our different ways. Welcome to the More Factor. I'm Frederick Groth, and I'm here to help people overcome problems in their life by showing them solutions, pointing them in the right direction. So this week we sort of started talking about mindset, and it just continued all week. So I thought for the final part of this mindset week, because Fridays are just whatever pops in the mind, let's talk about outlook on life. Mindset is about your outlook on life. See, with success principles and with life skills, there are checks and balances, and there's laws and principles that are in place universally that God, or in my case, I believe it was God that put them in place, whatever you believe. I'm not here to debate that this morning, but regardless, these are universal principles. Universal principles. They will work for you or they will work against you. It all depends on how you look at it and you work with it. So, we've talked in the past about the law of sowing and reaping, the law of giving and receiving, the laws of stewardship, the law of attraction. There are so many different principles and laws out there that are at play every single day. And typically they all base their algorithms, if you want to get into the mathematical side of it, on your mindset. So, for example, this kind of sounds like jargon here this morning, but here's an example. I had a problem last week. Okay, doesn't matter what the problem was. The fact is, I had a fairly serious problem. Something happened, and I had to be somewhere the next day. My wife had to be somewhere the next day, and this problem came up, and we didn't know how we were going to make it work. So here's a principle, a success principle. Ask, ask, ask. Don't be afraid of no's. Just keep asking. Actually, it's a biblical principle as well that says, ask and ye shall receive. So, at one time in my life, this type of problem would have shut me down. I don't know what to do. Hopelessness comes in. Stress because we don't know what to do. Okay? Instead of that now, because I understand the principle, and it's all a numbers game. It has nothing to do with who I ask. It has nothing to do with what I'm asking for. It has to do with the principle of asking. And so I found myself 2 or 3 or 4 situations, I can't remember exactly now, but I went to an individual in my community and I asked for help. As a matter of fact, I didn't really expect them to say yes. I hoped they would say yes, but I didn't expect them to say yes because of what I was asking for. And I emailed someone and asked. And because of what I asked for, they said yes. And I don't remember the other things, but right off the top of my head, the fact is that I put the principle in play. Instead of stressing out about the situation, I said I need to start asking. When you hear the word no, it doesn't matter to me anymore. No, I just say, okay, next. I don't belabor the point. I accept the no. I move on to the next person. Why? Because the next person I ask could be the yes. If they say no, well, the next person. The more I ask, the closer to yes I'm getting. So you need to understand that these principles that I'm trying to teach you and try to explain to you through these videos over this year, they're here to help you, not hinder you. But if you don't use these principles and you allow your mind to get clouded, you allow your focus to get you off kilter, then the law is just going to work. For example, the law of sowing and reaping. As the Bible puts it, if you sow to the wind, you will reap a whirlwind. And as I like to rephrase it, if you sow to the wind, you're going to reap a tornado. See, folks, we got to understand that mindset is all about looking at life through a different lens. Looking at problems as something that has a solution rather than something that is absolute. I've met very few problems in my life that I could not overcome. And the ones that I couldn't overcome, all it was is I was unable to find the correct solution, or I wasn't in the position in life for myself to find the solution or accept the solution for that problem in the timeline I gave myself. Give yourself enough time, you can fix any problem. See, it's all about what goes on up here in this gray matter. In my fact, it's pretty easy to get to the gray matter because there's no hair. But we must really study these principles. Success isn't about, let me put it this way, success isn't as much about the accomplishment as it is about preparing the mind for the accomplishment. As I said earlier this week in a video, I think it was Monday, had a hockey tournament with the kids. Excuse me. Air must be thin in the basement here today. Hockey tournament with the kids, and I asked them in the dressing room, who believes you can win this game? It was our championship game, gold medal game. And instead of answering me, a couple said yes, but they all raised their hands. They're used to this type of response from school. I said, no, you don't believe. I don't believe you. I said, do you believe that you can win this championship game? And with all of their heart and soul, they hollered at me, yes. And I felt it. And at that moment, I knew that we were going to win the game. I didn't know what the score was going to be. I didn't know what the struggle was going to be. I didn't know what the journey to the win was going to be. But I knew that every child in that room believed at that moment that they could do it. So their mind, the gray matter, the heart, was ready. Then the head coach got the game plan on the go. The kids went out and did the game plan. We struggled really hard. A lot of us ended up in the penalty box, but we managed to pull through and get the gold. Why? The mind was already where it needed to be. See, you're going to you're going to have obstacles every day of your life. How you get to your success is determined on how you overcome those obstacles. Whether it's a flat tire, whether you left your wallet at home and you're standing in the lineup at the grocery store, whatever. It could be simple, it could be huge. The fact is, you are going to have obstacles, and it's your mindset and your knowledge of these principles that is going to enable you to have the life skills to overcome on a regular basis. As Jim Rohn put, a history lesson in one sentence is this: you're going to have obstacles mixed with opportunity. Obstacles mixed with opportunity. See, that's what life is all about. Are you going to take advantage of the opportunities to overcome your obstacles, or are you going to allow your obstacles to overcome you? That is the question. Change your mind, change your life. Have a great day. This is Frederick Groth. This has been the More Factor, and we will see you tomorrow morning with Crazy Freedom Friday. Have a great day. God bless.